So I think to kick it off for our viewers, could you give us a little introduction to yourself?
Yeah, sure. Timo Guest is my name. I work for a wholesale distribution company called Zoedale. We are SAP Business One users. I'm also chairman of the Business One special interest group within the user group, hence the shirt I'm wearing today.
Yep.
I'm also one of the SAP mentors, so I kind of get to work with the whole mentor initiative and working with the user, working with SAP to try to develop and change the product.
Excellent. And obviously, due to the fact you have all of these responsibilities, but what is bringing you to the this year's user conference?
Well, primarily it's our special interest group. Every year, the Business One users, we have SIGs, we have 3 SIGs a year, and one of them we coincide with this event here. So Business One users, we give them access free, so they can feel like they're part of the bigger SAP community, and we got some great sessions for them.
Okay.
Secondly, it's my role as a mentor as well. Craig from the user group was kind enough to give us some exhibition space.
Yep.
And there's 10 UK SAP mentors, and we're running walk-up sessions on things like UI5, Fiori, Solution Manager, DevOps, and various other things.
Yeah, no, I think I've read about that. So you got a full team attending.
We have
year.
got a full team, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. Okay, great. So obviously looking at the small and medium-sized enterprises out there, I'm curious to know from SAP side, what solutions are they currently offering to these type of businesses?
Well, SAP's term of a small to medium business is a bit different to yours or mine. I think they term anything up to 500 million turnover as small to medium. So the products go with Business One, Business by Design, and Business All-in-One. Business All-in-One, it tends to be for businesses with sort of 500 users and above, and I don't have a lot of experience in that area. It tends to be quite industry specific with sort of industry verticals. It's a good product. By Design was SAP's total cloud offering. There was a lot of investment put into By Design. It's a good solid product, but I think that the investment in By Design is they're kind of channeling the investment into the current areas rather than sort of trying to broaden it. It's very good for project management companies, service-based companies. Business One, which is my specialism, we have seen a big investment in cloud, also in HANA as well. Plus we've also seen big investment in the actual on-premise on SQL application, because the Business One users, typical user is 20 people, £2 million turnover business. They maybe don't want HANA or cloud, and so they think, well, what's in it for us? But they are spending a lot of money on developing the actual on-premise on SQL products as well.
Okay, so talking on-premise for a second and talking cloud, just expanding on that a bit. With these different solutions, then, what would you recommend for a client in the small to medium enterprise size to go with, on-premise or cloud, or how should they value that?
It really depends on what your business is. If you are one site, if you're a static number of users, as in you don't plan to grow a lot over the next few years, I would say on-premise is going to be your best option, because there's still this sort of skepticism over cloud, and you have to get a lease line into the building and secure cons and everything. So I would say on-premise is good for that.
Okay.
If you're a business where you might be looking to open up in Scotland, you might be looking to open up a distributorship in France or anywhere around the world, I would say a cloud-based one.
Cloud-based,
And certainly with some of the plans I've seen for Business One Cloud, all you need to do is you just from the master system set up another user, and the way Business One works is you can even skin his or her front end in their national language.
Okay.
So if you've got people in China, you can put it in simplified Chinese for them.
Okay.
But don't do it if you're English, because you'll never be able to get it back, because the instructions are...
Okay, interesting twist. Yeah. Okay, anyways, but that makes sense. So let's turn a page and maybe look at something a little bit different. Recently I read one of your blog pieces on SCN after your TechEd event around design thinking.
Yes.
It's a concept that I'm pretty sure quite a few of our viewers, clients and consultants alike, might not be that aware of. So could you give a brief introduction to what is design thinking?
Yeah, I mean, design thinking is nothing new. It's just kind of been badged up in that way. Design thinking is basically, you wouldn't, if you were building a house for someone, you wouldn't build a house and say, here's your house. They're like, oh, right, okay, cool. You would sit down with them and say, what do you want from a house? How many bedrooms? How many people are going to be living here? Do you want it made out of wood, or do you want it made out of bricks? What's important to you? Is it functionality, or is it usability, or is it the colour, the space? and you would sit down with the user and an architect and you design the house and you go and build it. Well, that's the same concept for IT.
Yeah.
Rather than the techies or the developers or the project team developing something and saying, there you go, use this. It's a concept of working with the users and interviewing the users. What do you like, what don't you like, how do you want it to look, how does this work, and then engaging with them all the way through the process. So the final, what you develop is what they want to use.
Interesting. Am I correct to say, isn't that, in principle what you should do anyways, if you're going through a requirement process?
It is common sense, I think, but you'll be surprised how many people just don't do it.
Yeah.
I think more people are doing it now, though. So.
Yeah, no, I did hear that it was quite nice to see something that actually had a specific process in place. You can see the levels that you go through. Yeah. Okay. Do you think this is something that consultants in general should try and look into and get acquainted with? Do you think it's something that's going to be used quite extensively in terms of terminology 2014, or what do you think?
I think it definitely is, and I think we are seeing a big take-up of it. And if you deliver a solution that the users like and the users want to engage with, then your boss is going to allocate more money for IT spend. So all of a sudden you get more and more things, and as a consultant you probably get more work.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely something that we'll be seeing. And one of the things that really sort of showed me that I think design thinking is being embraced was when your colleagues won the demo jam.
Oh yes,
yes. The demo jam is. There were some really great examples and some demos, and Matthew's and the team's example was very functional. It didn't look amazing. He won't mind me saying that. It was kind of a green light and then a red light, and have a look online. But because they used design thinking, because they interviewed real people, they delivered something, and I think the user base, because it was done on the clapometer, so you make the most noise and you get a winner. The user base cheered for that one the loudest because they could imagine themselves using it, and I think that shows that a team of techies and developers really understood that.
By applying design thinking.
Design thinking, yeah.
Great, excellent. Okay, good. So just towards the end here, just looking at 2014, if you were to forecast a little bit, look into your crystal ball, and tell me, what do you think is going to be the two big buzzwords and trends in 2014 in the SAP space?
It's HANA and cloud, and then everyone just says that, and that is what it is, because people kind of get a bit bored of saying, oh, it's HANA this and cloud that. Well, yeah, but that's the future, isn't it? And that is what's happening with the Business One product. But again, it is important to stress to users that HANA on SQL, Business One on SQL is not going away. It's still going to be supported, but it's giving people the option.
Excellent. Well, I think that captures it all, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good one.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the event.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you.